Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this cherry blossom or Sakura cupcake. So this design was originally created when I had my design your own cupcake contest on Kawaii Studios, and one of the winners said they wanted a Sakura tree cupcake. But today I'm just going to be teaching you how to make your own, so I hope you enjoy the tutorial. So as usual, you just want to start making a basic cupcake, and just like all of my tutorials, I'm not really going to go into depth in this video because I have an in-depth cupcake tutorial on my channel, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box for you guys. So for the base of this cupcake, I'm just using brown because you want it to look like the trunk of the tree. For my original ones, I do believe I did actually mix in a bit of red just to be a little bit different and to match the flowers a bit better, but it's completely up to you obviously. I'm just going to apologise in advance for some of the clips in this tutorial. I'm still getting back into filming, so as you can see I'm kind of like off frame for some of it's a little bit out of focus, so I'm sorry about that, but it does get better. So you just want to continue making a basic cupcake, so I'm just using an old toothbrush to add some texture, and then I'm taking some brushes and I'm adding some shaved chalk pastels just to make it look like it's been baked and to add some colour. This is optional, but I'm also going to be adding a kawaii face as usual. I do also have separate kawaii face, mouth, eyes, all that tutorials, so I'll also leave those in the description box for you guys. I think this cupcake would look really cute without a face though, just with all of the branches coming over it. I think it would look really pretty, so as I said, this is completely optional. So once you've got your basic cupcake with no icing, no decorations, it's time to turn it into a Sakura tree. So I find that this cupcake design looks really complicated, but it's actually really simple. So as you just saw me do, I just rolled out a tapered snake, which means it's smaller at one end than it is in the other. I took my X-Acto knife and I cut that off and I gently placed it on the top of my cupcake. I'm just securing that down with a pointed needle tool and just making sure it sticks. You can obviously use liquid clay if your clay isn't sticking, but usually I find that's not a problem. So then you just want to repeat this process over the top of the entire cupcake, and you can of course put branches wherever you like in whatever formation you like. So what I like to do is just have one bigger branch that has two coming off of it, and just to make this look a bit more seamless, when I'm cutting those branches I just cut them at a slight angle so they fit better. Now to make the branches look more like trees, I'm just adding some texture with my X-Acto knife, so I'm basically just really gently dragging it across to make lines. You can also do this on the base. I'm just a little bit too lazy because obviously you have to do it when it's unbaked, and I would definitely ruin the top of the cupcake, but please by all means try that if you'd like to. As I said, I'm just a bit too lazy and scared to do that. So now it's time for the best bit of this design, and that is making and adding the flowers. So the colour of clay that I will be using for the flowers is Rose Quartz by Fimo Effects. But you can of course use whatever colour you have on hand or that you want to use. A normal pink, you can mix your own kind of pearly pink, it's completely up to you. So to make the flower shape, I'm using a really teeny tiny cookie cutter. Now I know not everyone's going to be able to get this, so you can always, if you have a star cookie cutter, you can obviously always try and edit those, or if you want to make your own, there are a lot of tutorials online about how to make your own cookie cutters. But if you do want to buy this one, I will try and find a link to it and put it in the description box for you guys. So before I place the flowers on, I actually like to round them off, make them look like they're blooming, and I don't know, I just think it looks really cute. So I'm basically just taking a really small dotting tool and placing it in the centre of that flower shape, and then I'm really gently turning up the sides with my fingers. You then just want to repeat that with all the flowers that you've made. So one step in this video that I did actually forget, and that I know I did do on the originals, was using some shaved chalk pastels in a dark red or pink colour, and I just put some of that in the centre of each of the flowers. It didn't really show up that well on the Rose Quartz, which is I think why I forgot, but if you were using a more plain colour I think it would look really pretty, so you can obviously do that, but I did forget in this video. So adding the flowers is super simple. You just want to take that same dotting tool, place it in the middle of the flowers, and then firmly press them onto the cupcake. You can use liquid clay, but just like before, I find that I don't need it for this step. I have to admit, I did get a bit flower happy with this design. My original one is a lot simpler and I think I prefer it, but hey, it's all about experimenting. So for the final touches, I am just going to be adding some micro marbles in the centre of each of the flowers. So you can of course use whatever micro marbles you like. I know there are some really pretty pearl ones, you can probably get brown ones. I tend to use gold or silver and then I match the finding to it, but it's completely up to you. I will leave a link to where you can get micro marbles from in the description box down below. So to attach these, I'm just placing some Fimo liquid into the centre of the flowers and then I'm just placing them with my dotting tool. I tend to just put 3 or 4 micro marbles in the centre. It just depends on how big the micro marbles are because they do vary quite a bit, so it's completely up to you. You could probably get in more if they're smaller, but I just like the way 3 or 4 look. Then you just want to repeat this with all of them. I think it would actually look really cool if some of the flowers had silver and some of the flowers had gold micro marbles. I really hate mixing metals, but if you like that, that would be really cool. Then when you're happy with your design and you want to turn it into a charm, you can add your eye pin or eye screw or whatever you're using. So that was the last step, so all you want to do is bake it to the instructions that are on the packaging of your clay. This is what mine looks like and it turned out super cute. I love making these cupcakes. I think it's just such a fun process. If you make your own, don't forget to share them with me on Instagram using hashtag xoxRufus and tagging me. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you click on the screen right now, you can be taken to my last video that I uploaded and another one that YouTube thinks you might like. Don't forget to check the description box for all of the information I've talked about in this video and also links to my social media and my shop. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial guys and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!